In this team is confirmed by Kevin Peña Garduño and Sergio Yamanaka, and in this video we're going to talk about one of the most important pyramids in this country. This pyramid, besides being a majesty, was one of the largest cities in all Mesoamerica. Teotihuacan is one of the main touristic above Chichen Itza, El Tajín and Monte Albán. This attraction is in the state of Mexico, and it is located in the municipalities of Teotihuacan and San Martín de las Pirámides. The importance. Teotihuacan was the first great American urban manifestation. It became the most important city in Mesoamerica. The improvements in agricultural techniques, fundamentally based on the channeling of the waters, made possible a large concentration of population that would serve as economic support for the city and labor for large public buildings. Teotihuacan art expressed in it for the first time in grand way the Mesoamerican state conception that will find an echo in places as far as Monte Albán, El Tajín, Caminulcaljuyu or Tikal. Teotihuacan's greatest contribution was to establish the defining characteristics of the Mesoamerican sacred city. All of this constitutes a great propaganda theater where the scenario is spectacular and moving. Thousands of people visit the archaeological remains of the ancient city every year, making the city one of the country's main touristic attractions. The recognition of the site as cultural heritage is universal, since it has been part of the UNESCO World Heritage List since 1987. The history. In the central Mexico region, two centers of notable importance arose during the Preclassic period, and specifically in the later stage. In the late Preclassic period, Cuicuilco and Teotihuacan. Between 500 and 700 after Christ, the city reached its peak. All buildings were rebuilt, and the so-called Calzada de los Muertos was drawn up, which became the main artery of the city, and the resilient buildings were regrouped into residual districts and divided into groups. The main discoveries. One of the most important recent findings in the archaeology of Mexico occurred by accident. It happened to the archaeologist Sergio Gomez, who worked in the conservation of the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, or the Feather Serpent, in Teotihuacan, also known as Las Pirámides de Teotihuacan in central Mexico. It was the rainy season of 203, and the water that fell on an October night opened a hole in the floor. The next day, Gomez descended through that hole with the help of a rope and the workers from the archaeological zone. He managed to see that at 14 meters deep, there was a tunnel. Calzada de los Muertos. The Calzada de los Muertos, as I mentioned, is a road about 2 kilometers long and 40 meters wide that runs through the city from the Pyramid of the Moon to La Ciudadela. The Pyramid of the Sun. This is the largest building in Teotihuacan and is one of the most largest in Mesoamerica, after the Cholula Pyramid, also in Mexico. It can be seen from several kilometers away as it is 63 meters high and its plan is almost 235 meters on each side. The relationship. It could be said that practically we continue to eat the same: corn, squash, prickly pear, and maguey. These were the main meals of the Teotihuacans. In addition to this, Teotihuacan's economy is based on the same as the Mexican economy, which is commerce. Our opinion is that we can say that Teotihuacan is one of the most important touristic places in Mexico. Okay. In addition to this, having one of the most impressive structures, which is the Pyramid of the Sun. In addition to the historical importance of the city, is something simply impossible to describe, how it was so well planned and how it still stands today.